Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is another beer from Line Creek Brewing Company. This is a brewery out of Peachtree City, Georgia, which is about 15 miles from me. So a very local craft brewery. I've had many beers from the Line Creek Brewing Company, all of which have been at least good. I've enjoyed their beers. So this one is the Slow Lane. It is a wheat ale with peach. It is 4.6% alcohol by volume and 20 IBUs. I've never had it before. I bought a 6-pack for $9.99, which is pretty good as far as craft beer prices are concerned. So let's go ahead and get into it. There's your pour. Nice forefinger, slightly off-white head. Look at the appearance. Super hazy. Looks like a New England style IPA. Look at that color. You cannot see through it at all. So the appearance is opaque, super hazy. I don't see any fine particulate matter floating around in here. But like I said, it's a super hazy beer. And sorry about the camera. There it goes. So the head is also very pillowy, very almost creamy looking. An interesting appearance for a wheat beer. All right, so very wheat bread oriented on the aroma. You're definitely getting that breadiness. There's a little bit of the peach in the background, but it's really not right up in my face like I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be really peach forward on the aroma, but it's more wheat oriented with a little bit of peach in the background. 20 IBUs, I'm not picking up on any hop character on the aroma. That's probably just enough to balance it out on the finish a little bit. I would imagine that this beer would be pretty sweet with the peach in there. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what this thing tastes like. Cheers, guys. All right, the peach is coming through nicely on the palate, although it's not as fruity as I thought it would be. It's definitely a wheat-oriented beer. It's very bready. Nice wheat bread notes in the middle of the sip with a light peach note on the palate, but it's not super sweet. You're getting the essence of the peach without all the sweetness. And then there is a little bit of a hot bite on the finish to kind of balance it out, but it's not really very distinct. I can't determine which type of hop it is. It's just kind of a little bit of a bitterness to balance out the breadiness and that little bit of sweetness that you're getting from the peach. Although, like I said, it's not very sweet considering that it does have peach in it. Peach is a very sweet fruit, so I was expecting it to be a little sweeter. But if you like fresh cracked wheat, you're going to love this beer because it is very bready, very wheat forward on the palate for sure. The mouthfeel is actually kind of thick, as you can probably imagine just from looking at the appearance. This really is like liquid bread, liquid fruit bread because of that peach, but it's really not that sweet. So very sessionable, very easy drinking, although the body is more on the medium side. The carbonation is relatively low with this one. It is slightly tart as well from the peach, but it's not like a Berliner Weiss or a sour or anything like that. I do recommend this beer if you can find it in your area. If you live in the state of Georgia, that's probably your best bet because the distribution is not super far. It's definitely not outside the state of Georgia from my understanding, but it is growing. They're a relatively new brewery. I believe they were opened in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't mind doing the brewery tour at some point and going to check out the brewery. It does say the canned on date, 5 January, February, March, April, May 30th, 2019. Super fresh, less than a month old, a couple weeks old, this beer. So very, very fresh. Look at the nice lacing on the glass. Really impressed with this beer. I do wish it was a little bit more peach forward, a little bit sweeter, a little bit more peachy because it is a peach wheat ale. But if you like wheat beers, if you like that wheat bready component that you get with most wheat beers, you're really going to like this one. It's a nice change of pace from the Belgian wheat beers Doesn't have that coriander orange peel type thing going on. It's just a classic American wheat beer that's got nice bready notes and a little bit of a peachy finish to kind of balance it out with that slight bitterness. Although, like I said, it's really not that bitter of a beer, but very, very enjoyable nonetheless. It could be pretty sessionable, even though the body is closer to medium, but it is more on the sessionable side at 4.6% alcohol. You could drink a few of these, no problem. I love this beer. It's great. It's not a solid A for me because I would like a little bit more peach and a little bit more sweetness from that because I love peaches. And when I buy a beer that has peach on the label, I expect there to be a little bit more peach. But it's an excellent wheat beer nonetheless with great bready notes, like I said. And I like the fact that it's not filtered. It's super hazy. And it's a little bit thicker in the mouthfeel because of that. I really like that. So I'm going to go with a 92 out of 100. It's an A minus, but it's getting up there towards a solid A. It's an excellent beer. I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you can find Lion Creek beers in your area, check them out. They're well made, and they're doing great things over there in Peachtree City. So that'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.